Hey everyone, welcome back to the Might and Magic 6 Completionist run. We're now on, I believe, part 14, and we've got a few things to do. First of all, I'll just quickly let you know that I did change the audio settings back to what they were 2 videos ago. Last video I tried to raise them up a little bit, but some of the stuff got a bit too loud. Notably the background sounds when you click on a building entrance, because there's no way to lower those other than globally lowering my system volume. I figured, I'd probably gotten it right the first time around, so that's what it's probably going to be for the rest of the series. Next thing is, let's just drink from the well center of town. Sure, why not? Now we've got to go back to the town hall, which of course is closed because it's too late. So let's see if we can find the local inn, which might be this place. It looks like it.
Hi, come on in. See you in the morning.
Okay. Now we've got to wait another 4 hours. While we wait, let's just wait 2 hours. I'm gonna go to the guilds to try and see if we can get some interesting water magic spells. Already got water walk. Ice bolt. Sounds good. Oh, he already knows it. Well, I guess Alexis is gonna hold on to this until she's ready to learn it. What I'm gonna do now is, let's wait until 10 p.m. and let's go to the town hall. Now, this guy is a counselor. Which one of these is the mayor? I don't know. Well, let's just turn in this quest. And, not to his surprise, and I believe to nobody with a brain would this be surprising that the Silverhelms did indeed turn out to be evil. And the mayor was just gonna let them do whatever they wanted. So it doesn't, the municipal government isn't exactly looking great, but you know what? I guess the locals can see about what to do in the next election. Assuming they even elect their mayors. I don't know how the political system here works. But anyway, we can now level up a few times.
Back for another lesson?
By the way, this is one of the background sound effects that I thought was a bit too loud. Anyway,
Good job.
we can gain 2 levels
Good
each.
job. Good job. Good job.
Some encouragement from Marid, the instructor. And of course, I'm gonna go straight to Zoltan, carry on leveling him up. He's slowly but surely getting to where he needs to go. What I was doing with you, I was getting your sword skill up. With you, I think it's time to start leveling up your axe a little bit. Well, let's actually give you some air magic, because you will be casting important things like fly pretty soon. You, Serena, are gonna... shield could be good. Mind and body, but let's actually start raising your merchant so that we can get a better deal when we sell our stuff. And you are saving your skill points. Alright. We also have a bunch of things to sell, and what I'm gonna do is, as always, well, before I do that, let me...
I don't know.
Shield is better by 1, so I'm gonna equip that. And now I'm gonna put the video on pause while I sell this junk, and we'll be back once things are a bit neater. Alright, I'll see you shortly. Alright, things are a bit neater right now, still holding onto the rings. I'll sell them once she becomes master and merchant, or I feel a desperate need for that bit of gold we would get. Having done all of this, let's quickly go to... where was it? I think it was this direction, right? Yeah, okay. So let's go to the, I guess, the castle, the manor, the place where the lord of this particular realm resides. Let's just save outside.
Halt! Who goes there?
It's Lord Albert Newton, High Sorcerer.
His Grace Albert Newton, Marquis of Mist and High Sorcerer of Enroth.
Alright, so he's got a couple quests for us. One is the Council quest, which is the main quest. He wants us to get the Hourglass of Time. And he directs us to, actually, the Silverhelm outpost that we just went to, but the Hourglass is not there. Instead, what we found was the key to Garrick's laboratory, and as you might suspect, that is where we will find this quest item. He also tells us to go to the Fountain of Magic and drink from it, and then come back to him, and I believe this is in Bootleg Bay, so we'll be doing that not too long from now. But anyway, I just wanted to get those quests before we left. What is next on our agenda? Well, I do think the time has come to
Yes.
do a quest that I've been putting off.
Welcome aboard!
I do not want to go to Bootleg Bay. The time has come to do a couple quests that I've been putting off because the locations
Hi. See you in
that
the morning.
contained those quests also contained a new enemy type, which can only be damaged with elemental attacks. And I wanted to wait until we had
Welcome aboard! Raise the flag and hoist the sail!
until we had some good way to deal elemental damage before going there, and I kept on putting it off because it takes a while to get there. But you know, between the spell points that Zoltan has, between his 8 levels in water magic and the fact that we have Ice Bolt, Alexis can help out a little bit with static charge. Although
Okay.
maybe Lightning Bolt would be a mathematically more efficient way of dealing damage. But either way, we need some way to deal elemental damage. And, you know, I was gonna put it off even more and do Bootleg Bay first, but I think we've just gotta go for it. You know, as one of the great philosophers of our time, Shia LaBeouf, said, it's time to just do it. Okay. Next, let's make sure we actually have the quest that I want to do. We don't actually have this quest, so let's go back. You don't need to get the quest before you get the quest item, but it's nice to do things in proper order, you know, just to maintain
Good day.
immersion in the game. He says the Dragoons are a menace. He wants us to find the harp and bring it back to him. Excuse me, madam. So we're gonna go down. The Dragoon Caverns are in roughly the same area as where the Temple of Ba was. So we're gonna be going there. Well, it's not that close. So this was the temple, and these are the caverns over here. We're gonna be doing that. And most of the enemies in here are pretty straightforward to deal with. There will be a couple of new enemy types that we will be seeing.
I'm not familiar with these surroundings.
Alexis is letting us know that she doesn't really know much about this area. So we can see down there are some brigands and ruffians. We've already dealt with those. Not a big deal. What else do we have? Well, more brigands. Maybe I should be casting Bless. In fact, I definitely should. I'll do that as soon as these guys have been dealt with. Alright. There's also stuff on the ground, which again, I'm gonna have to look out for with my own eyes, because we don't have expert air magic yet. More garbage, why not? And now we have a couple of different ways to go, but one of them might be locked. Actually, no, they're both open. Let's go this way first, see what happens. Now I'm gonna cast Bless. Right. More, of these guys. We're, pretty slow in melee for some reason. I guess a lot of our, well, Serena's weapon, the mace, doesn't actually reduce recovery time. All it does is it increases damage at the expert level, and at master you get a chance to stun the enemy, which is nice, but sometimes you just want to be able to attack really quickly. Fortunately, these guys don't have any of the nasty abilities that some of the other enemies we've fought have had. So they're not going to be stealing our stuff. They're not going to be, you know, instant killing us, instant knocking us out.
Aha!
One luck is pointless. I'll just sell that. And let's go. By the way, and I guess this is something I should have pointed out much earlier in the series, but while I do prepare for my episodes, I try not to over-prepare. Meaning, you will often see me, when I'm in areas, surprised by there being enemies in certain locations, because I had genuinely rather, forgotten that certain enemies would be in certain places. The reason I do that is because I do want there to be some element of surprise. You know, I could go in and memorize every single enemy location, but I don't think that would be a very fun way to play. And I do also think it would be slightly less fun to watch as well. Right? There wouldn't be any suspense. There wouldn't be any wondering, you know. The other reason I want to do it that way is because I do want to show you that, for the most part, the game is designed well enough so that even if you get yourself into a tricky situation, with a bit of quick thinking, you can recover and adapt, rather than just simply having to reload your game. But this is interesting. I believe this will give... Okay, maybe we're not at the thing yet. I could have sworn one of these was a thing you could interact with. Maybe this? Okay, I know it's somewhere here. We'll find it eventually. Don't worry about it. And now, you might have already noticed, there was another enemy type among these ruffians that we're looking at. I'll point him out when he's... Okay, now he's right in front of us. A fighter. This is a new enemy type. Considerably tougher than the ruffians. But not too much of an issue, especially because this guy is just the basic variant. Alright. And the way these corridors are turning with not much distance between the turns is making the fights a little bit challenging, but not too bad. If you can just get the enemies to cooperate by coming in the proper place. And as you can see, the fighter by himself wasn't that much of a challenge. Okay. Carrying on. Is there anybody else in this room? Does not look like it. We just find a bit of gold and a switch. Let's just press it. You know, we like to press switches in this game generally. Rarely you will have situations where you don't want to press a switch because it might undo some other switch you had pressed before that.
Got him.
But that's usually not the case. Generally, pressing switches will always give you progress of some kind. And as you might also be starting to notice, we are approaching the point where our melee damage is outpacing our range damage, at least when we hit.
Got it.
Oh, we found a flute. We were sent here to find a harp, but we found a flute, which is also a musical instrument. So that's cool. Let's just have Roderick hold on to it. No big deal. And what's going on here? Okay, this is the one. So this gave Alexis a bunch of luck, which she sorely needed. In fact, let me load the game just to confirm. See, right now she has minus 35 luck. And I clicked on that, now it's gone up to minus 25. Which is important because of the penalty she was dealing with because of the relic. And I believe that's the only one of those in this area. See, there are a bunch of others that look like they might be something interesting, but then you click on them and there's nothing there. Alright. Let's just continue. Let's just carry on, and as you saw from the red danger indicator, there's something very close, but we can't really see where it is. We do see that there are some brigands trying to ruin our day. Let's let them know how we feel about that. This guy, I was expecting him to start running away because of how low his health was, but I guess he was on a suicide mission. Okay, let's... Alright. Our gold is looking pretty healthy. Our gold reserves. We're close to 70,000. White is luck. That's gonna continue to go to Alexis. Maybe at some point she will be back, you know, in the, you know, out of debt, as it were, when it comes to her luck statistic. Now, there, you might have noticed, we've already seen a new enemy type, and this is what I was talking about when I said we're gonna need elemental damage, because these guys can't be damaged in melee. You can only hit them with spells. And it's really aggravating fighting them. I don't like them as an enemy type. And we really don't have any good way of dealing with them. And you know what I mentioned earlier? Like, see, it happened there. So, sometimes your ranged attacks will be absorbed by the environment for no good reason. And it's happening here, which I'm not happy about. And of course, you're poisoned. Okay, let's try a different approach. I was gonna say let's jump, but yeah, okay. Let's jump down so we get a better shot at these guys. Now let's save here. Okay. Now the tables are turned because we can hit them, but they can't hit us. Alright. Oh well, that guy could hit us. Oh my god, might have been a bad idea to jump down and then save my game. But you know what? I made my decision, I'm gonna live with it. Maybe what I can do is I can jump past these enemies. Nope, that was a horrible idea. So let me instead... Alright. So I'm probably gonna cut most of that out. What happened is I got myself into an awful situation where I triggered some of these oozes, and a couple of them got stuck at this place where they got glitched and I wasn't able to hit them properly. And like an idiot, I was like, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just jump down over here, like this, and fight them like that, give myself more space. But of course, more of them came from the sides, and I ran out of mana points, and I had no way to rest either. I used up every single mana potion. And that was how I was able to
We can't rest now. It's too unsafe.
take them out. And now I desperately need to rest. I could just load my autosave, but I do think it is satisfying when you beat enemies legitimately, even if you expend a lot of resources in the process. And that's, to me, part of the fun of video games. So we paid a heavy price, or rather, I paid a heavy price in having to extract myself from this crisis. A crisis very much of my own making. You know, I won't blame the game for this one. I didn't have to jump down. I chose to do it. And I have to live with the consequences now. Fortunately, now we should be in a better place where if we get overwhelmed, we should be able to simply run back and rest. But I think we're gonna be fine. Still not happy about all those potions that we had to sacrifice, but oh well. Oh well. That's just how it goes. Let's see, are there more of these oozes? No, but there are probably gonna be... Yep, these guys jumping down. Let's just give ourselves some space. Give ourselves some room. Let's let them come at a more manageable angle. Let's go like this. Come on, guys, gotta cooperate with me while I try to kill you. Alright, these guys are much better opponents for us. Alright. Let's take this guy down. And another guy has jumped down. That's okay, let's just quickly dispatch him. Alright, okay. We are doing fine. By the way, slimes are another one of those enemies that by default don't give you any gold, but sometimes you can get rings or other items by killing them. And that's really the only reason to loot their corpses. But we haven't gotten a single thing. Let us actually
We can't
rest.
rest now. It's too unsafe. We can't rest.
Yeah, see, it's very finicky where you can and can't rest, and I'm not interested in fighting additional enemies. I just want to rest. Okay. Alright. Now, if we turn around and go here, there should be more slimes. Indeed, there are a whole bunch of them. Oh, these are terrible times as well. Alright, let's give ourselves room. Oh, that guy. That guy was complicating things. Alright. Let's let them come up a little bit. And these corrosive oozes are really tanky. If our water magic skill wasn't this high with the Zoltan, we would be in a lot of trouble. And already we essentially have to run and rest again. Because I don't think we have enough spell points to make an impression on these guys.
Not here. Not here.
So let's just go
Not here.
far enough to where the game thinks we're safe, which maybe is gonna be
Not here.
in these. Okay, so here we can rest. Always save before you rest, in case you get an encounter that you're not prepared for. Alright, now let's go back, fight some more slimes. You know what? Because you've seen me fight them, I'm gonna do the rest of this clearing off screen. So, I will see you when this corridor area is cleared, alright? So I'll see you in a bit. Alright. Finally they're dead. Man, those corrosive oozes have so much health. As you can see, I went through nearly all of our food resting. It is now the 23rd of May, that's how much time has passed. And what was the point of all that? Well, at the end of this, there's a chest, which was
Very nice.
decidedly not worth it.
Aha!
Just a bunch of things to sell,
Ah.
and it makes up for the price of the stuff that we consumed, but, you know, what was valuable about those mana potions wasn't how much they cost, it was their usefulness as alchemy ingredients, and we're gonna have to, you know, slowly recoup them over time. And don't forget to look inside these little alcoves, because there is stuff to find in there. Often I was just so single-mindedly focused on clearing out the slimes that
Ho!
I didn't even... Ooh, this is pretty good. I'm gonna sell these for a bunch. Why am I so focused on money, even though it seems like we have a lot? Well, it's because we don't really. We need to buy a lot of pretty expensive spells. We also need to learn light and dark magic, and start buying those spells, and they're really expensive. So what did we find? A, well, slightly useless two-handed axe, that's okay, we'll sell it. But yeah, this gold is gonna start evaporating pretty quickly once we are actually able to spend money on the higher level spells. You know, the funny thing is, I didn't even need to fight those slimes, because it's not required to do in order to find the quest item. I just really wanted to clear this dungeon on my first attempt through it. Alright. What was our... Which way should we go now? Is this the exit? This is the exit. Okay. So let's go the other way now. Which was, I believe this way. Yep. This door is now open. Let's cast Bless. And immediately save again. Alright. I'm not too worried about even fighting these guys in melee. Our melee damage is better. Our entire party has gotten a few levels, so they can take a few hits. Although, hopefully not too many hits. And generally, we're in much better shape fighting these guys compared to the slimes. And
Got him.
here we have a fun little thing. We have an elevator. We can hit the switch to make it go down. And let me try something if I... Oh, I was hoping to maybe bring one of those guys up with me. I'm actually not gonna take the elevator. I'm gonna jump. Yeah, I said I'm gonna jump down. Can I do this properly? No, it doesn't seem like I have enough height to... So I am gonna have to jump down. I wanted to give myself more distance away from these guys, rather than having them surround me. Oh my god, what happened? What happened? Let's try this again. We definitely don't want our healer going down immediately. Let's try this again. Okay, maybe stop missing. That would be a... Okay, this is a bit annoying. I'll put this video on pause and be back once I've found a better way to deal with these guys. Alright. We're back, and I dealt with it through some saves coming. A reprehensible tactic, I know. But the problem was, on our way down, they were getting some free hits, because they were right there, and before we could even enter combat, they were landing hits, and were very often knocking Zoltan out before I could do anything. And I wasn't too happy about that. And since the game was being a bit cheap with me, I decided to be a bit cheap with it. Because if you think about it, realistically, that railing wasn't very high. In real life, you could have vaulted over it, no problem. But the way the game implemented that wall meant that you couldn't jump over it. Or at least, I couldn't find the right angle to do so. Roderick's pretty happy about taking that guy down. As he should be. Alright, what do we have here? Pretty intimidating looking chest with a skull. But we were able to open it. Ooh, this is... I was hoping to see one of these at some point.
I don't know.
And this wand could have helped us against the slimes if it's an elemental wand.
Ah,
These gauntlets are gonna be
very nice.
useful to someone. This I'm gonna sell.
Aha!
This,
Ah.
pretty sure everyone has gauntlets of some kind already. Let's give these to you, since you were going down really quickly and your leather armor doesn't seem like it was helping that much. Alright. We can rest once more in this before we would have to flee to get more food. As you can see, there appears to be a secret door of some kind. We can't do anything, at least not from this side. So perhaps we'll find a switch. somewhere. Okay, we find another one of those enemies. This actually is a stronger version. We fought the soldiers. This here is... Oh no, we fought fighters, and this is a soldier. He is gonna come out to join us. Not too much of a problem, but fighting them with no space is always challenging. There aren't any more in this room. Okay.
I don't know.
There's a club. Spike club, so sure, we'll pick that up. Hit that switch. Maybe this opened this door? It looks like it did. Let's just go inside. What do we find? More sacks? Oh, one of those. Oh, 2 more bits of food for a total of 4 food. Brings us to 7, and now we can rest a bunch if we need to. But again, hopefully we won't have to.
Got it.
What do we have? We have orders from the Shadow Guild. And it's signed from the Prince of Thieves. So apparently,
Aha!
there is some collusion between the, well, I just gave some steel boots to Zoltan. His armor class should be a bit better now. So we're getting a sense of how the different criminal organizations in this game are connected to each other. Now this is a tricky situation because all of the enemies that were supposed to be here have fallen down below us. At least I think that's what's happening. If I look down, I think we can see some of them. Maybe they're too far below us. We'll take care of them, don't worry about it. As soon as we figure out where they are on our way back. What we're gonna do for now is just carry on clearing enemies one by one and just generally showing no mercy. Alright. Okay. How are we gonna deal with this? We're gonna save constantly. This brigand did go down, but not before dealing some damage to us. That's okay. Oh no. This was a bit of a dicey maneuver that I did there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna jump to the other side of this bridge. And as you can see, the situations where you can do this in the game are few and far between, but when you can, it's always satisfying to hit enemies when they can't hit you. Always a good time. Okay. Recovery time is still so slow on that spell. It's so slow that it's almost not even worth casting it when you're in combat. Like you would rather just use your attack rather than get a bit of health back, but then lose 2 or maybe even 3 opportunities to do damage. So that door won't budge, which means we're gonna have to go somewhere else. Okay. What do we have here? We have a very thin looking bridge. Let's not fall down. Let's just cross it. And what have we here? A switch. Oh, I wonder if that's the switch we wanted. Okay, let's go back to the door that we couldn't open. And lo and behold, it is now open. Whoa, 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 whoa. You, my friend, are being a pain. And there is another elevator situation, which I don't like. I'm gonna heal. Bless is gonna last for a while. I'm just gonna cast Heroism. And let's again lower the elevator. Alright. immediately focus down the brigand. Why are you missing, guys? Come on. He's running away. We don't need to worry about him too much. Why are you missing? These are low-level enemies. Okay, let's just... Okay, that could have been nasty, but we got through it in the end. What do we get to do now? Well, we get to go here, and already we can see there are enemies behind. Let's fight them in our usual way. And is that the only enemy in there? Well, looks like it, but now we can go in 2 more different directions. And this is one of the more expansive and sprawling dungeon areas. So it's gonna take a while to get through. If that's okay. Oh, that felt good. Just bringing those guys down in quick succession. Let's actually turn around and go the other way.
Not here.
We can't rest, so we need to... We need to create room, a safe spot for ourselves. Let me just do this. Okay. Alright, our bless has expired. Let's take care of that. Save again. Oh boy.
That's too easy.
Playing with fire. I will be resting. Our wizard eye expired. That's pretty dangerous. We don't want to be jumped by enemies. Alright. Whew. What was our reward for all that? Well, there is another chest.
Got it.
This one has a
Ah.
pretty nice dagger, which we're going to give to Zoltan in place of this. So we get more attack bonus, more attack damage. And we'll give this to Serena to sell eventually. Can we rest? Yes, we can. Alright. Oh, I'm not fighting. Alright, now let's cast Wizard Eye again. Cast Bless again. I will refrain from casting Heroism unless I absolutely need to, because it is a more mana-heavy spell to cast. And I do want to have spell points in reserve. You know, just to make the spell points last longer. We have 2 chests this time.
Got it.
Another ingredient. Do we even need more of the yellow ingredient? Not really. Not at this point.
Got it.
Whew. Man. This dungeon has been... Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not done yet. I'm talking as though we finished. And we basically are. But we still have to actually do this final area. Alright. Now, this place has a bunch of enemies. And I believe it's one of those where the enemies are going to be off to the left and right and will jump out once we enter. No! Oh no, there's one guy. Let's just... So this is the highest level of this enemy type, the veteran. But he can't get to us. He would be tough to fight if we had to fight him properly. We would have to run back a long way before we took him down. See, look at how many volleys it's taking, even with Bless. And now we can rest. We get another chainmail. And out of all of these chests, only one of them is the real one. And I forget which one it is. I think it's the third? Nope. Maybe it's the fourth. Nope. Maybe it's the second?
Got it.
Yes, okay. This is the chest with the harp.
Ah.
Steel boots can go to someone.
Oh.
This I'm gonna hold on to and
Aha.
sell. This I'm just gonna sell, and why not? I'll take that. None of the other chests do anything. I can quickly confirm by... They will each teleport you somewhere and generally not do anything useful for you. Alright, now... Is there any pathway left to go to? Unlikely. So what I'm gonna do right now is, off-screen, I will kill the remaining enemies, and get back to you when I am confident that this dungeon is clear. Alright? So putting things back on pause, I'll see you in a bit. Alright. Took care of those enemies, and I think we are free of hostiles in this area. And if... Hang on. Like I might have heard an enemy sound effect, but I think it's my mind playing tricks on me. You know what? Let me just put the video on pause just to give myself peace of mind. So I'll be right back. Alright, I couldn't find any enemy. Think I just maybe wasn't like I was just hearing things. What I'll do is when I review the footage, that'll give me a good idea of whether I did actually hear an enemy sound effect or not, and I'll wait until the start of next episode to declare whether this dungeon is clear or not. But for now, we are done with the Dragoon's Caverns. What I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna start making my way back to Castle Iron Fist. I will park myself outside the door of the guy who gave us this quest, and then at the start of the next video we will turn this quest in and continue with the game. And yeah, I will see you in the next part. You also have a bunch of stuff to sell. But yeah, I'll see you in the next part. So until then, take care.